Hi, this video is a demonstration of how to remove or replace a SenSpot battery. So first we have our Resensys wireless SenSpot included with antenna. You want to be careful of the polarization of the antennas. So the SenSpot has a male port, and you want to make sure that you have a female antenna port so that you can connect them. An Energizer lithium CR2 battery. This is the only battery that Resensys recommends with SenSpots. A small flathead screwdriver and a larger Phillips head screwdriver. So the first thing that you want to do, there's 4 screws on the SenSpot. So you're just going to take your larger Phillips head screwdriver and just unscrew these screws. So once you've taken the top plate off, this shows the inside of the SenSpot. So the way to remove the battery is you hold the small flathead screwdriver in your hand. You're going to want to rotate the SenSpot so that you have the positive side of the battery holder on the side that you have your hand with the screwdriver in. Now the way to remove this is you pretty much put the screwdriver in between the battery and the positive part of the battery holder. You put it in and you just wedge it out slowly by slowly. You keep doing that slowly. You take it out and you go deeper, you wedge it out until you can just take it out with your hands. And there you go. The way to put the battery back in is you just match up the positive end with the positive end of the battery. So on the inside of the battery holder you can see the positive end is this side, and the battery tells you that the positive end is the button side. So just make sure you match that up. The polarization is important. The way to put it in is you just put it in kind of horizontal and you just push it until it snaps into place. Some important things about taking the battery out: because of efficiency, we make the battery holders very tight, just so that there's no way that any energy is lost. So you can't take out the battery with your fingers. That just won't work. You have to use the screwdriver in the positive end. Also, you might be tempted to put the screwdriver in the bottom and wedge it out, and you don't want to do that because you might puncture the metallic lining of the battery, and the battery will start leaking, and that'll really make your SenSpot battery not last as long. So the only way to take the battery out is, once again, is to put the screwdriver in the positive end and just wedge it out until you can pull it out. Now the way that you put the battery holder back on, you just want to rotate it back to its original position. You want to make sure, because you might be dealing with multiple SenSpots, that the ID of the top plate fits with the ID of the SenSpot. So you can see that they're identical: 15, 03, 02, 24. You just want to make sure, because you might have more than one. And then you just put the top plate back on. You put the screws back in. Now when you're screwing it back in, we make our SenSpots to be waterproof because they have to withstand weather conditions. So when you put it back on, you want to put the screws tight enough so that the rubber lining on the inside of the SenSpot begins to deform a little bit. I'll do that in 1 second. I'm just making sure that all the screws are on before I tighten it. Now if you can see, there's a little rubber lining. It'll protrude out a little bit when I tighten this screw. There you go, you see it kind of coming out. Now that's too much. That's just for the purpose of showing you that the rubber's there. You really want to, I'll unscrew the screw a little bit. You want to tighten it so that you see a little bit of deformation in the rubber, and that just keeps any kind of water out. So there's the deformation in the rubber, and I'll just do it on this side also. Screw it in a little bit until I see this rubber deformation, and I'll flip it over and I'll do it on this side. So here you can see that there is none currently. I'll just tighten it a little bit so that we get some. There it is, right there. And on the last one, I'll do it until we get, there it is, the deformation of the rubber. And now I'm just going to connect the antenna. Remember, you want a male to female connection, and I'll just screw it on and make sure that you flip the antenna up, and that's how you change or remove a battery. Thanks for watching.